Good morning, everybody. My name is Taylor and welcome to today's video. I am newer here to YouTube and currently I'm making a lot of vlogs about my self-employment journey, but I have hopes of making some other videos that are maybe cooking related and some crafting type things. If you saw my previous video, you will notice that something over there looks a little bit different than it did in my last video. This is what I call my art room, where a lot of my production happens, where I heat press shirts, work on artwork designs, use my Cricuts. A lot of work gets done in this room, and I recently started to branch out into a spare room that we have as well, because I'm just starting to get a lot of printers and things, and I'm kind of running out of space. So I want to take you along, give you a little tour of some things, and talk about what my plans are for this room and my plans for the other room. So to start, I want to show you this area over here. Previously, before, I kind of just had a lot of random stuff stacked over here, which again, you might be able to see in my previous video, but I decided to move my primary desk over here for now. The ultimate plan is for the spare room, which I will share with you guys. The ultimate plan is for that room to kind of be more of an office space. So like my office printer and a lot of my like file type stuff is going to end up over there, and that will be office room, and this will be more of like a production type room. So I opted to move my desk over here. This is technically an area for another desk. I don't know how I'm going to end up using this area, but currently this is going to be where I sit to get a lot of my work done, and I don't have my stuff put back yet, but we are going to do that together in this video as well. So now we are moving on to back here, which is what looks drastically different. This desk I was just showing you that's on this side used to be along this back wall. And if I'm being honest, I wasn't too happy with the fact of my back being to the door when I was working at my desk. Not because it felt unsafe, it just felt weird. If I was being visited by somebody, let's say my dog, who likes to lay behind my desk chair, there was a more likely chance I'd run over his tail with my desk chair, and I wanted to be able to see when somebody would come in and not feel closed off from the rest of the room and the rest of the house when working at my desk. So I opted to move the desk over to that wall and use this wall for more storage. This shelving unit has another layer to it. That other layer is over in the spare room. My intentions for this shelving unit are to kind of use it for my machine storage. So you can see I have my Cricut Joy here, my Cricut Maker. I have a Cricut Explorer as well that I'm going to put on here too. I don't have a power cord for that one, so I do have to get a power cord before I can use it. And I also would like to store my mug press and my hat press over here. When I was talking to my boyfriend about it last night, we both agreed that maybe getting some plywood for these instead of these metal grate shelves would be better, because the Cricut mats can get stuck on the lips of the grates, I guess we'll call them. So this is the primary area that looks different. Over there, I have my wheelie table, is kind of just what I call it. It currently just has a drum practice pad, calculator rollers, and some Cricut sample pieces on it. We're going to throw that over here just for the moment. I use this table a lot when I'm doing bigger orders and sorting things because it is very mobile. It also has two fold-out sections on it. So this is a very versatile table. There's paint marks and all kinds of things on it. So I thought this back here was the perfect place to store this table. Those are really the only things that look different in this room, but since I've never really given any of you like a tour, I might as well show you the rest. Back here, I just have a bookshelf that has like school yearbooks, some binders and paperwork and things, and it also displays some of my Rubik's Cube collection. I have some of my monster trucks up there. For those of you that don't know, I am a huge Monster Jam Gravedigger fan, and you will notice I have a lot of that around my art room and probably over in my soon-to-be office as well once that is all set up. For example, I have this shelf right here that has all kinds of monster trucks on it. Just to give you a quick overview. This bin and this bin are for my Christmas decorations. Yes, I have not taken my Christmas decorations down yet. This is a box of sublimation materials for that printer. These are some items that need to go in the bin under my heat press. Every once in a while, I find an item that I think will make a really good gift. So like that rainbow bag and this little cellophane bag are gift items that need to go in that bin. That way, if I need a quick gift for somebody, I can access it. These are bags and boxes I like to package orders in. My closet has a lot of my vinyl on it. The closet's just used for storage. It may be a little bit hard to see everything at this moment because this desk is covered in junk that I need to put away. But this originally was my primary desk. But again, I kind of stopped using it because I wasn't too fond of my back being towards the door and the rest of the house while I was working on things. All of this stuff needs to find a new home. So in today's video, we are going to put things away, clean up this room a little bit. I'm sure there's going to be some stuff that I'm not set on and I'll have to come back to, but I just want to get this room feeling a little bit more organized today so I don't feel chaotic working in here. Anyway, like I was saying, ultimately this desk is going to go over into my soon-to-be office, but right now it's just kind of a catch-all for a lot of things. Like I was saying, this is a box of sublimation materials. Underneath I have a box of H-frames for yard signs and just some other storage that's on a little shelf that's underneath of it. This is my sublimation printer, which I need to find a home for. I think I'm going to end up putting it over in the office space with my other two printers, just because I find this more of a pre-production thing, where in this room I'd rather do all of the pressing and completing the orders rather than the pre-press work, if that makes any sense. But my sublimation printer is on here. I have some things of drumsticks up here as well that need to find a home. My mug press is over here. That other Cricut is back there. I have some vinyl, my larger Cricut mat, some CDs. I have a bag of patches, heat transfer tape, my dumpster fire, Zen garden, and just some other kind of more decorative trinkety things up top. I have a hat for the place I used to work. This hat belonged to somebody I was very close to, and when she passed away, I kept her hat. To go with that, I also have a certificate of a penguin adoption that her husband got me for Christmas the year that she passed away. I also have my National Art Honor Society certificate, some more monster trucks, a picture of me and my little sister, or me and my older sister from when we were really little, picture of me and my dad, picture of the Hummer, me and my boyfriend, another monster truck thing, and some office supplies type stuff. The last little bit of this room is this area. You can see my heat press is over here. We are familiar with my heat press cart. Nothing has changed along that wall. But this wall you guys haven't seen a whole lot of. Some of you may not know that I am a fine artist as well. It has been a while since I have picked up a paintbrush, colored pencil, whatever, but I do really love making some fine art. I will insert some photos of some things that I have made over the years so you could take a peek at those. I work with a lot of different things. I have done oil paints, acrylic paints, gouache, watercolors, colored pencils, chalk pencils, chalk pastels, all kinds of stuff. So over here is where I organize all of those materials. For example, here's my colored pencil bin. These are shoe boxes that I got off of Walmart online. I bought a big bulk pack of them and they work perfectly. They all have labels saying what is in them and they work perfectly for organizing all of my materials. Down here, these are some files that are just important files that I need to keep, stuff for like bank accounts and the home and everything. There are some canvas boards beside it, my sketchbook, my DSLR camera, some other random craft supplies. And here I have business cards, some magnets, some freebie stickers, And down here is some care directions and application directions for stickers. This shelf, this is some office supplies type things. This actually spins as well, but it's just kind of like a little cake slice spinner looking thing. I have my Copic markers. I would love to get more Copic markers. I love working with Copic markers. Paper, a printer. I also have another printer down here, if you can see it. I just got this printer. It is a Epson EcoTank. I got that one because my HP up here ran out of ink, and it was about $130 to get all the ink I needed for that, and it was about $160 to get this new Epson printer. So I opted to just get a new printer rather than get all the ink that I needed. I am still planning on keeping that one though, and I might just use it for more black ink prints like shipping labels and receipts and stuff. That way I'm not constantly cycling through all of the colored prints. It doesn't, or colored inks. It doesn't print color images very well either. They always end up very streaky. So I'm hoping with this new Epson printer that they print a lot nicer. Just wanted to spin you guys around so you could get a good look at this area. These bins go all the way up to the ceiling. I have them separated by category, materials, and everything. Down in this box is a lot of different types of papers. There's some canvases, mini canvases. There's canvases behind it, canvases over there. My tabletop easel. Back there, I have some larger rolls of vinyl. This is that new printer I was telling you about, and this is where I keep a lot of my pattern cardstock. This top drawer is a lot of scrap paper. I keep most of my scrap paper pieces in there. This one is a lot of patterned paper. There's some glow-in-the-dark sticker paper in here. Don't ask me why. But there's some patterned paper in there. This is some other materials. These are pieces of felt. There's some chipboard and things in there. This is more patterned paper, but like thicker patterned paper. And down here is construction paper and more generic type art supplies. Now for the area that we are familiar with, my heat press area. I have heat transfer vinyl over here. The vacuum doesn't live in here, but it is here for now. My shredder, my hat press. In this bag are 2 jumbo ornaments that I need to Mod Podge so they stop like shedding their sparkles everywhere. I think I said the toolbox. Down here in the cart, I have some boxes of transfers, some transfer storage, some patches. This is that gift bin I was telling you guys about that some of that stuff goes in. So I need to get that put away. My trash can is over there in a toolbox that has my hot glue gun in it. So that's a quick little tour of my art room. I am kind of excited to share this with you guys. I feel like this is a new step for me because I've always just done everything all in one room. I'm really excited to rearrange things. It's kind of like when you were a kid and you'd move your bed and your dresser and everything in your room. You'd be like, yeah, cool, new room, new me. So it's kind of, it feels like I'm going to be a lot more productive in here, and it's kind of really exciting to me to be at a point where I'm growing business-wise that I need to move things around to have a separate office and production area. It's very exciting to me. So that is my art room. For those of you that have not seen it, for those of you that have seen it in my last video, let me know your thoughts on the changes. What suggestions you might have for moving things around, or what I should do to maybe make it a better workflow. So I would love to hear your opinions. Let me know down in the comments. For now, we are going to move on to the room that is my soon-to-be office. We are currently in the entryway to the spare room in my house. I'm going to warn you now, it's very echoey. I'm not sure how this microphone is going to handle the echoing and the extra noises, so bear with me if the audio does not sound very great. This room is a little bit of an odd shape. When you walk in, to your right, there is this wall. In front of you, there is a closet, and then it opens up into a wider portion of room. When we first moved into this house about 4 years ago, This room needed a lot of work. The floor was very unlevel in here, so we had to repair that and make it level. And when we did that, it made the ceiling feel a lot lower. Granted, the ceiling was not lowered. The floor just got leveled, but the height clearance isn't very high in here. I'm only 5'3", so I fit in here perfectly fine, but anybody over 6 foot would be ducking in this room because the ceiling just feels so low. This room was originally my stepdaughter's playroom, which is why it is pink. She wanted to paint it pink, so we let her paint it pink. She is now a teenager, and after talking to her, she said that it was okay if we used it for other things rather than a playroom because she doesn't really play in here anymore. I really want to paint it, make it feel a lot more like office-y in here, make it feel more like me, and we really got to do something with this ceiling. About a year and a half ago, we started having issues with our roof leaking. So you can't see it, but there is a missing tile right here from where the roof was leaking. We have since repaired it. We got a new roof, but there is some water damage from when our roof was leaking in this room, and we really just need to do some little repairs in here to make it feel a little bit nicer in here. That is my intentions with here. I would like to paint the closet as well. That closet will probably end up being a lot more like file storage, paper storage, document storage, whatever you want to call it. This mirror that's on this wall, I intend on taking down as well. So now that I have chatted about this room, let's do like a little bit of an overview of it. So over here are some boxes of sublimation blanks. This box, that one, that Sun Chips box, and this box. Oh, and I think that one all have sublimation blanks in them. My drum stool, which I actually use to just sit on for fun as well, so that will kind of just be floating around. My drums are back there in the closet. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with them. I don't play them a whole lot anymore. It's probably been a couple years since I've sat down and actually practiced or had done anything with them, so I am not sure what I want to do with my electric drums. This is the box of recipes I was telling you guys about in another video that I would love to do a series on. Those are all of my grandpa's recipes that we collected in a box, and I have them. So I'd love to do a series of going through this box of his recipes and just sharing some of his different creations. And as you can see, there is no door on the closet. The door is over here. When we leveled the floor, the door no longer fit, so the door needs to be cut down if I want it to go on the closet. So this is the other half of that shelf. I would love to leave it here in this little corner because my intentions are to put all of my printers on it. My sublimation printer, my regular office printer, my HP printer that I had mentioned about using for more shipping label type things. So this is kind of going to be like printer central eventually, and I'll use underneath for some storage. This may end up being where I put my desk, but like I was saying before, I'm not too thrilled of having my back to the door. So this shelf may stay here and I may put my desk over on that wall. So finishing this little tour, we have the door that goes on the closet in these two pictures. This is something my dad printed at his work for me for one of my birthdays when I was a kid, and I really want to hang it up somewhere. Like I mentioned, I am a huge Gravedigger fan, and my one birthday party the one year was Monster Jam themed, so my dad printed this for me. He printed a couple of them. This was one that he left solid for me to keep, and what we did was played Pin the Tire on the monster truck. He had cut out all of these tires that are around it, and we were doing like Pin the Tail on the donkey, but it was Pin the Tire on the monster truck. Behind it is this awful painting. So this painting I painted for the bathroom at one of my previous jobs. And when they were moving buildings, the boss had texted me. I'm really good friends with her. She had texted me asking if I wanted my painting back. So I was like, yes, please. I can use the canvas for something else, even though I'm not too happy with the painting on it. So now I have this really large canvas that I can gesso over and repaint. These are longer pieces of poster board that my dad got from his work for me. My intentions with these are to use them to make a tree collar for one of my Christmas trees. I got a hula hoop and I'm hoping that I can use a couple of these kind of as walls as a frame for a tree collar. I can't find a tree collar that fits around my spinning base. So making my own is my solution, and these are going to help make the framing for it. So that is all about this room. Like I had mentioned, we intend on doing a lot of work in this room, so I may turn this into a new series of redoing my office space or redoing the spare room, something. It may end up being a series, but I want to share this whole development of my business with you guys, and this whole room is going to be a big part of it. I'm going to feel a lot more comfortable being in a space that is dedicated for computer work and office productive type of things rather than having everything done in one room. I think I'm going to feel a lot more comfortable being able to separate the production end of it and the design and office end of it. So I'm very excited to get this room going, get it organized, get it feeling how I really want it to feel. And I'm taking you guys along with me for when we paint this, when we fix the ceiling, and do all the other things that we will be doing in here. So now that I have shown you around both of the rooms, this room and my soon-to-be office, we are going to get to putting away some of this stuff in here and organizing it a little bit. I am feeling overwhelmed by all this stuff I have everywhere. That is a trash bag. So we're going to get to putting it away. I don't want to spend too much time on this because I do have a lot of design work and things I have to get done, and it is Memorial Day weekend. I have a supply order I need to put in, so that is kind of one of my top priorities today. And again, with it being holiday weekend, things are probably going to ship out a little bit later than I would like them to. So if I could get that done today, I would be super happy. So we're not going to spend too much time on this, but you're just going to hang out with me while I put some things away. I want to mention a few things about this new office space and my home in general. Starting with our home. Our house is very old. It was built in 1902, and back in its day was the post office for the town that I live in. We bought our house as a fixer-upper and did lots of projects before we moved in. We painted every room, did some cosmetic things in the kitchen. We ripped out paneling and insulated and put drywall up in the living room, just to name a couple of them. There was some electrical work that needed done, along with some plumbing. We also had a new AC and furnace installed. We moved the electrical panel. So we did a good bit of work. At the time that we were doing all that work, my boyfriend was still living with his parents and I was still living with mine. He was jumping between his parents' house and coming here, and I was jumping between my parents' house, his house, and coming here as well. In all honesty, we really just got impatient. But anyway, shortly after we moved in, we hit a very busy season of life. Me with my screen printing career and my boyfriend's job at the time started having him work a lot of overtime. So a lot of projects have been on hold since, so you will notice many things around my house are half done. All of that said, progress on this office space is likely to move slow. My boyfriend works 6 days a week and sometimes very long hours. He has a very good idea of how and what he wants to do to the ceiling in that room, and I am not capable of repairing a ceiling. I don't know where to even think of starting to do that. So that is a boyfriend task. He knows what he wants to do and he knows how he wants to get it looking nicer, so those repairs are up to him and I am there to help. I am fully capable of painting though, so I intend on doing most of that myself. I think I got everything set up the way that I want it for now before I move into the other room. I originally was going to make this side my kind of more of my like desk type of area. But the more I was thinking about it, I think this area over here would be a lot nicer for like if I'm working on paperwork or if I'm weeding stuff that came off of my Cricut, because it's closer to my Cricuts and I'm right-handed. So if I'm working on my computer and trying to write something at the same time, I have more area this way rather than to the left. I'm sure I'm going to move things around quite a lot as I get comfortable in this space. So we'll see, but I want to show you guys how I have stuff laid out for right now. So here is a quick overview. This is currently how I have the desk laid out. I think that's a trash bag. This being my computer area is going to be a lot more functional than over here. So over here, I'm planning to do more paperwork type things and anything that comes off of my Cricut, some weeding, cutting, whatever it needs to be. So I have some of my content creation stuff. This is just a second screen that I can connect to my phone, my microphone bag, and these are just some other little attachments and cords for things. This is a magazine holder. My clipboard, I don't use it as much as I used to, but my clipboard's there. A coaster. This bin has stickers in it, all kinds of stickers. Stickers I use for my planner, and this one are stickers I use for this notebook, which I use kind of like a to-do list type of thing. It also has some little, A6 size, I think. It has smaller 6-hole punch paper that can go in my planner, some notepads, take notes on, and some other things in it. My art dice, which I actually want to put over on my shelf that has all my containers on it. Desk light for that area. Hair clip, pens and pencils. This is a trash can. Sticky notes galore, lotion, calculator, rollers, some other general office stuff. I tried to keep that stuff more in the center, so if I was over here, I could grab it from there, and if I'm over here, I can grab it from there. I have my vision board, my water bottle, which that doesn't live there, but you know, Red Bull. If you guys have not tried the summer one, it's lime. Oh, it's so good. Calculator, my desk mat, my keyboard. This plugs into my laptop so I can use my keyboard and stuff, my laptop, and my desk chair. So that is everything. That is my planner bag over there. Sometimes I take it downstairs, so I like to have my planner bag there. So that is how I decided to set up my desk area. I moved my sublimation printer up there, which I actually still need to set up. It's kind of been hanging out for a while, and I really want to get it set up and start messing with it so I can use my mug press as well. I cleared this desk off so I can use that for some things. I want to set up my Zen garden too. That'll be fun. This area is looking a little better. I put away some of those gifts I had over there. I still need to Mod Podge these. These are the jumbo ornaments I was telling you about. That light goes downstairs, and this is going to go downstairs as well. So that is the latest and greatest in my art room and in the Rad-Tees home. If you enjoyed any part of this video, please follow along. Please check out my other socials. Do all the things, and let's just have a lot of fun together. I really enjoy making these videos, and sharing stuff like this has been something I've thought about for a very long time. So to finally start doing it, it's really fun to me. So I hope you like this type of video. If you enjoyed any part that you saw, please subscribe, give it a like, leave me a comment on something that you think I should do. Should I set up my new office space in a certain way? What kind of color scheme do you think I should do in my office space? Whatever, just leave me a comment just to say hi as well. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.